Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Lanky Trader. So I'm going to run you guys through all the trades I took this week from gold to US30 and Nasdaq. So we're going to start with gold. So you guys know my strategy. We mark out the 930 candle, which is our ORB 15-minute orb strategy. So these are 15-minute candle right here. We mark out the high and the low. We wait for a break. We got the break below. We entered for our sell. Stops at the high. Our target is a 1 to 1.5, and you can see we hit our take profit right here. That's how our Monday trade went. So this week we had, gold treated us well, winning streaks like back to back. So let's run Tuesday. So this is our Tuesday setup here. This is our 930 candle. This is our orb here. This candle. Mark out the high, mark out the low. We got the break below. We entered for our sell. Stops at the high. Our target is a 1 to 1.5, and you can see that we hit our take profit right here. So that was on Tuesday. Let's go to Wednesday. So this was our Wednesday setup here. This is our 930 candle. This candle right here. So mark out the high and the low. We got a break below. We entered our sell. Stops at the high. Our target is a 1 to 1.5, and you can see that we hit our take profit nicely right here. So that was our Wednesday trade. So our Thursday trade. So our initial entry was a loss. So this was our 930 candle right here. Mark out the high and the low. So we got a break above. We got a break above. So we entered for the buy. Stops at the low. Our target was a 1 to 1.5, but we ended up stalling and we got stopped out. But if you look at this level I marked here, this is a 4-hour support that was holding price. So you can see that market now broke below it and retested it. So I decided to enter for a sell, since I looked at it and said, okay, this setup is still valid, this orb is still valid, since it's being backed by a 4-hour level. So I entered the sell. So normally, waited for a break below the orb, stops at the high, and our target is a 1 to 1.5, and you can see we hit our take profit nicely right here. Then this is our second trade on Friday, because this is trading off of Thursday's 15 minutes opening range. So yeah, so this is Friday's opening range. So these are 930 candle right here. We had a break above. We entered our buy, stops at the low. So I'll update you guys. So by next week we'll see whether this trade was a win or a loss. I'm currently in this trade, so by next week I'll update you guys how the trade went. So yeah, that's for gold. So let's go through our other setups. We'll start with US30. So US30 and Nasdaq was just bloody this week. We had a lot of losses this week on US30 and Nasdaq. So it's like that sometimes. You can't win all the time. All you can do is just manage your risk so that during your losing streaks you don't blow your account, or you don't end up so down in the losses that you won't be able to recover. So that's the game. So this is our 930 candle here on our Monday setup. Our 930 candle, we mark out the high and the low. We got a break above. We came so close to our take profits, but we ended up reversing way back down. But I, I closed somewhere around here, close like for maybe like a 1 to 1. That was our Monday setup. It wasn't actually promising, but it's the setup, so we'll trade it regardless. So these are our Tuesdays up right here. This is our Tuesdays 15-minute range. We mark out the 930 candle high and low. We waited for a break above, but you can see same thing that happened here. We had a lot of push momentum, but we had a strong reversal and we got stopped out immediately. So our Thursday trade, our Wednesday trade was a win. So we had our break above. We entered off the 5-minute close. This is our 930 candle here. This is the high, the low. We got the break above, stops below. We entered for our buy, and you can see we hit our 1 to 1.5 risk here. So that was on Wednesday. So we still had another setup on that same Wednesday. We had another setup. So using that Wednesday's up, we had this strong bearish momentum below, and we had this break below. So I decided to sell. Yeah, so stops at the high, and our target was a 1 to 1.5, and you can see that the trade went in our favor. So yeah, so this was our Thursday's up right here, this candle. So our Thursday's up, so at 930 candle, so we'll mark out the high and the low of our 930 candle. We got a break below, so we entered for our sales, stops at the high, and our target was a 1 to 1.5. But you can see we just this setup did not hold and we got stopped out. So we entered off the buy side, we waited for the close of this bullish candle. So we entered off the buy and stops at the low, and our target was a 1 to 1.5, and you can see that we hit our take profit nicely here. So that was our Thursday trade. So our Friday trade, this was our Friday trade. So we mark out our 930 candle right here, mark out the high and the low. So we got a break below, we entered for our sell, stops at the high, and this gave us a 1 to 1, because this is a Friday, and we don't want to hold. I didn't really, because we had losses on US30 and Nasdaq this week, so I didn't feel good leaving the trade to run throughout the weekend, so I just shut this trade down at 1 to 1. So that's how our trades on US30 went. So let me run you guys through our Nasdaq setups. So Nasdaq too, it showed us Pepe, the same thing that US30 did. So this is our Monday setup. This is our 930 candle. This is our 930 candle right here. We mark out the high and the low of our 930 candle. We had a break above. We entered for our buy, stops below. Our target was a 1 to 1.5, but we didn't hit a 1 to 1.5. We got like maybe around the 1 to 1. And yeah, the market reversed, took us out at break even. So that was our Monday trade. So our Tuesday trade was a straight out loss. He didn't even give us breathing space, and funny enough, I didn't even enter the sell. So this sell here, I didn't take the trade because I had a lot going on. So I just missed this chance to make back my profit, make back my loss. Sorry. So this is our 930 candle right here. Mark out the high, mark out the low. So we had the break above. We entered our buy, stops at the low. Our target was a 1 to 1.5, and you can see that we got stopped out. But assuming I entered for the sell, I will have gotten my 0.5 risk back of this trade and still gotten additional profits from that same trade. So I would have entered off this close and stops at the high. I would have gotten like a 1 to 1.5 for this setup. So that's how Tuesday's trade went. So you can't win every time. So you just have to manage your risk. So this was our Wednesday setup. This is our 930 candle here. Mark out the high, mark out the low. So we got the break above. We entered for our buy, stops at the low, and we didn't go far. So hit a 1 to 1, then we reversed, got stopped out. Then we entered for the sell. We had a break below. So I entered of this close of this 50 minutes candle. Stops at the high, and our target was a 1 to 1.5, and you can see that we hit our take profits right here. This was our first trade on Wednesday. So on Thursday, this is our 930 candle right here. So mark out the high, mark out the low of our 930 candle. So we got a break below, we entered for the sell, stops at the high, and you can see that we got stopped out pretty quickly in this trade. So we waited for the break above, entered off the 5-minute close, stops at the low, and our target was a 1 to 1.5, and you can see eventually we hit our take profits. So this is how our Thursday trade went. Then our Friday setup was a clean setup. After a horrifying beginning of the week, Nasdaq decided to pity us on Friday and just played out perfectly. So we had our 930 candle right here. We mark out the high, mark out the low of our 930 candle. So we had this bearish engulfing close. So we entered off this close and put our stops above, and our target was the 1 to 1.5, and you can see we had a clean setup and we hit our take profits. So that's how all my trades went this week. Yeah, so we had back-to-back wins on gold, we had losses back-to-back on US30 and Nasdaq, but we keep grinding, we keep doing what we do, and we'll keep following our rules, following our risk management, and following our strategy mechanically. We are robots in this game. So if you guys like content like this, please like, share, subscribe. Chances that you see my video if you're not subscribed is very small, so please like, subscribe, and share so that the YouTube algorithm can push more of my contents to you guys. And thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye.